Take a look at this. This is NFL future schedule, and it's a graph. So you want to be where the Browns are in the lower left. It's defensive strength of opponents is the x-axis. Offensive strength of opponents is the y-axis. So the Browns are playing teams that aren't really strong offensively or aren't really strong defensively. And that graphically shows you what we've been saying all along, Fred. First 5 games were significantly more difficult. Now, there's no easy games in the NFL, but that shows you the schedule lets up a little bit moving forward for the Browns.
Yeah, when we saw the schedule before the season, you knew the first 5 games were going to be a meat grinder. I said, if you could come out of there 3-2, it would be a major win. The only difference is I said in winning 2 of the 3 division. Obviously, they were 1-2 in the division, because I still think that's your best path to making the playoffs is winning the AFC North. But with that said, yes, you got winnable games. I don't think, when you have the 49ers, beyond that, any other team out there is a winnable game. That doesn't mean you're going to win the game. We've seen that way too often here with the Browns over the years. This is a different team and it is a different defense. But you got the Colts, then on the road with the Seahawks. I think 5 of the 7 are on the road. But you have to take care of business. You got to win the games you're supposed to win. And when you look at the AFC North, when I said winning the division assures you, a home game in the playoffs and making the playoffs, I would think anybody that has watched the AFC North would agree with me that there's no team that stands out as the Browns can't beat. They're all winnable games. They should have beat the Steelers and the Ravens, in my opinion. They didn't, but it's there for the taking. So, yes, they have a favorable schedule here coming up. It always changes. Teams get hot, and injuries happen, but they're in a position where they can kind of control their own destiny, especially if their quarterback comes back and is healthy and able to pick up where he left off and put up points. I'm very confident this defense is going to be able to shut down the opposing quarterbacks in some of these games.
Yeah, and different challenge against the Colts. You get the backup quarterback who Gardner Minshew's been around, but that's the thing. And you said it earlier. The defense, and this appears to be a different mindset. They can't let up because it's not Brock Purdy and it's not the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, who would even thought, Brock Purdy would be looking, would be in the class of an elite quarterback. We all thought he might have how long can he go without making a mistake? He had probably his biggest clunker since he started against the Browns, and I think a lot of it was because of the Browns' defense. But they're all NFL players, and we always say this any given Sunday, but the difference in the abilities in these players is not that great. How many times do you see a big-name guy go down and the backup that you don't know steps in and you think it's going to be a big difference, and it's not much of a difference? So I just think that they're all going to be good. They're all going to be tough. You got to be spot on. And the one thing going for the Browns is that they have not really been able to start taking the ball away. When they start taking the ball away, even a couple of games, I think, will start turning the tide their way.